Alright, so just a quick little update giving you the Cowboy doubles offset week. And this isn't anything that's intended to shake your world. This isn't going to change the Cowboys game plan. We still going to be running trio as our base. But this is a cool little mini scheme, something I discovered just recently out of doubles offset week. Doubles Y off week is something I'll mix in, but doubles offset week is the main thing. And RPO Power Week is the primary play I'll be running. I'll also be using PA comeback and strike HBC. So I'm going to show you real quickly what all these do, and then I'll just run a little gameplay. So it's nothing all that extravagant, but it is something that I mix in when I'm running Cowboys. I obviously don't use Cowboys as much anymore, but I would like to. It's still my favorite offense. So now, I'm typically going to have the solo receiver on the short side of the field. But if I see cover 2, I'll flip it because let's see if we can zoom out and get an angle. Nah, not really. Okay, so I'm gonna zoom back in, but watch the cloud flat. Watch Stephon Gilmore. You see what he does? He dumbs out because he's trying to play the run. So you literally just walk past him, and it's about, I think it's free 20 yards. So let's take a look in the replay so you can have a look at what's going on over here. Because it's an RPO, Gilmore, and it's only because it's the far side of the field, he's playing the run before we have any time to decide whether or not we're running it or throwing it. He's automatically doing the run at the snap of the ball, and he'll never have time to make it back to this stock fade. It only works against cover 2, and it only works on that side of the field. See, so when I put the solo receiver on the short side of the field, he'll still get past that cloud, which is what that fade does anyway, but it's a little more work. I usually hit it. I'm actually glad I missed it there, so you can see it isn't quite as easy as when he's on the far side of the field just walking past this man for 25 yards. But of course, everything else in the offense, we're gonna run flip the other way because you typically want your solo receiver on the solo side of the field, and the actual power run in that play works better when you're aligned this way. And what I do is I double team that guard, and I'm not used to having to hold the button down to run the ball because I don't use the RPOs a lot. But you want to double team the guard, you want to ID the tackle, and you get great blocking. So this isn't a 50-yard average run. This is something that you're going to average between 5 and 7 yards a carry, but it's absolutely great to mix in with a powerful passing offense. Now you can go ahead and pick up some chunk yards and stay ahead of the chains essentially, right? Especially when it comes time you want to control the clock a little bit. This is what you want to use, and you will still have your 11 personnel. So if you need to, you can always audible back over the trio and give them hell with it. Now strike HBC, that halfback, there's a reason they say HBC. He does a phenomenal job against the seam. He just abuses the seam. This is against cover 2. Now of course you can mix up what you're doing underneath. I like using a hitch or an out route. And you'll see in Y offset week, there actually is a stock out route to the tight end, and I really like that. The tight end on a drag actually, for some reason, gets the running back wide open, and it makes that mid read, because the mid read isn't concerned about the tight end. He jumps harder on the C route, so that gives the running back more space. But now something I'm doing for real is I'm just streaking the tight end and the slot. And that was a horribly timed pass. I threw that ridiculously early. So let's do that again. I blocked the halfback, streak 2 of these guys. You'll see I can hit the tight end no problem. And this is versus cover 2. But you'll also see that I can hit this wide receiver if I pass lead him to the right. And for some reason, Aaron Rodgers doesn't want to throw the ball. But you can see he was wide open. What I'm going to do, though, is I'm going to go ahead and put Tavon Austin in. No reason. I mean, well, no, there is a reason. You can see the other receiver was open, but it's a timing thing for me. I run this offense with Tavon Austin, and I can do it with my eyes closed because I'm used to his speed. And he's not much faster. See, so there you go. That's what it's supposed to look and feel like for me. And that's why the lab is important, you know? You really get used to your players and how they move. So what I'm typically doing when I'm running this is I'm going to put the halfback on this block and release, and then I'll streak the two of them and put B on a slant. So it's perfect because you get this, you got your two streaks, of course. The block and release and the slant are going to do great against zone. The slant's going to do great against man. So you just have these underneath options in case you're wrong about the coverage downfield, or in case somehow or the other your opponents made some adjustments. But here you go. You see we're able to hit these streaks no problem. And I'm going to show you that we're also able to hit the same streaks against cover 3. So this setup is that's why this mini scheme is so cool, because you have a good run, you can glitch cover 2, and then you got these two things that are gonna get down the field and give cover 2 and cover 3 a hard time. So like I said, you're not gonna run it all game. I mean, you could make a full scheme out of it, but for me, there are so many powerful formations inside the Cowboys that this is something that I absolutely use as a complementary thing, and I do now. I actually didn't use this one until this year, but that's because I was never drawn to the RPOs. So I've been messing around with them a little bit more and been having some fun with them. So now this is just for the wide receiver apprentice. I found this because I do use an apprentice receiver in Devontae Adams, and even when I'm using the Cowboys, Amari Cooper has it. So when I'm in the lab, I do check these things out sometimes, and as you see, we can be covered for a drop. If you don't have an apprentice receiver, don't sweat it. This isn't a huge part of the offense. So now, the cool thing about this is PA comeback. If you want to have a comeback instead of a C route, you pretty much have the exact same setup. I didn't streak the tight end there, but it's okay. We still got open. I typically do streak the tight end though. So I'll use PA comeback oftentimes if I feel like I'm facing more man coverage, because I feel like he's going to do better against man than that C route. And then also it's one less step because we already have a streak out there. Now let's go ahead and look. Do that against cover 3, just like we did with the strike halfback seam, and you'll see Y is wide open for an easy touchdown. Now doubles offset weak. We can also do the exact same setup for cover 4. Well, not the exact same. I mean, you're going to use the deep post, and then you're just going to mess around with these underneath routes. We got that smart route of comeback holding the outside quarter, and we're over the top with nobody around us. So again, that's wide receiver apprentice. If you don't have it, don't sweat it. Small part of the offense. You go to trio, go to Cowboy trio, and just beat your opponent over the head. So doubles Y off. I'll use this a little bit, mostly because it has a trap run. So if I see a look that I don't like power against, I'll just switch into this and use the trap run instead. But it's also nice because you got this angle route from the halfback, and angle routes are one of my favorite routes. And then of course there goes that apprentice post again. But you don't have to do the post if you don't have it. Of course you can do all sorts of things with that C route, that car flat play. That was just me showing you that I like the fact that we got that angle route in there. But what's cool is we have strike HB seam again, and this strike halfback seam stock is better than the other one in terms of just the underneath routes, because that out route to the tight end, when you get those out routes from tight to the line of scrimmage, they do fabulous job this year. Of course the halfback route is doing what it does. And then here we go. Now the tight end is like 2 steps further back, so the timing's a little bit different throwing this, but for the most part it still has a fact. Well, it still gets the job done. If I'm really gonna attack the seams, then I'm gonna do it out of offset weak because I prefer the timing. But you can do it out of this as well. See, and you'll use the same setups, of course. If it ain't broke, RB's wide open. Y is wide open. Beautiful. Alright, so back to doubles Y off weak. We'll grab the 0-1 trap and we'll just run a couple random. To be honest, I would use power here, but there actually was an opening. I just missed it. Might use trap there. Yeah. So I'm not even seeing looks that I would really use trap against, but you see we're picking up 5 yards, which is really, if you're picking up 5 yards, you're supposed to be good. So look, I see a single high safety. We can go ahead and attack the seams, right? Because we think it's cover 3. Turns out it's cover 1, so we just wait on the slant. The comeback looked like he would have been open too had we pass let it down and low. So this is just it. You're just gonna make your reads. What are we looking at? What are we gonna do right here? Alright, we're gonna do the seams again. Is it cover 2? Yeah, it looks like cover 2. So we go get us a touchdown. See, and the cool thing is, if you come into this and you're just thinking of dunking and doing a little power run here and there, your opponent eventually, when he sees you, just gonna be like, oh man, that's all he wants to do. Oh, as soon as I cut the video off, I actually ran trap and got a good one because I got a front that I would actually want to run it against. So pretty much, if nobody's over those guards, I'm gonna run trap because that's when you're gonna do a lot of work. But anyway, that's it. I'll run a little gameplay. Of course, trio is going to be mixed in here as well, most likely. But actually, no, I cut out trio. So just going to show you guys a little bit of what I'm doing with doubles in game. Thanks again, right?
Turn the volume up and bang it out the truck now. Turn the volume up and bang it out the truck now. Turn the volume up and bang it out the truck now. Turn the volume up and bang it out the truck now. Turn the volume up and bang it out the truck now. Turn the volume up and bang it out the truck now. Turn the volume up and bang it out the truck now. Turn the volume up and bang it out the truck now. Turn the volume up and bang it out the truck now. Turn the volume up and bang it out the truck now. Turn the volume up and bang it out the truck now. Turn the volume up and bang it out the truck now. I won't stop in abusing these poppin' acoustics. You think shit is cute till you poppin' the music. I'm blind in the face by the mist of the kush. Yeah, I line up the bass cause the system's a whoop. Let me grind with this weight that I pitch and I push. Mine I said weight that I pitch and I push. Cause these rhymes are the bass that I sip and I cook. While you lying in my face, what I spit got you shook. Blasting a beat, not fresh in my tie on. You ask for the heat, rocket blessed with a firestone that mash through the street block stretch. Where they fire chrome disturbing all the suburbs and messing up the quiet home. Speaker, be quiet homes. I'm the lead quiet tone. His speech is a quiet stone sweeping through the Alamo. I plan an 8-tack for me to style up on. 8-track provided 8-track for me to while up on. Turn the volume up and bang it out the truck louder. Turn the volume up and bang it out the truck louder. Turn the volume up and bang it out the truck louder. Turn the volume up and bang it out the truck louder. Turn the volume up and bang it out the truck louder. Turn the volume up and bang it out the truck louder. Turn the volume up and bang it out the truck louder. Turn the volume up and bang it out the truck louder. They say my music orbits around the mood. That's more big. Sorry if I'm moving awkward and tend to lose you often. But why apologize? Yo, doing you is important. I'll be doing Peter. You see me cruising through when the coffin carry me to the church to bury me. And the dirt is the planet seat and the earth. So when you see me grow again, all you seen is rebirth. Practice makes perfect. My second death I rehearse. I said practice makes perfect. My second death I'm rehearsed. Prefer to the past shit. The past is the past. I prefer to get past it. A silent assassin referred to as passive. Y'all half-assed the crap. I prefer to dismiss it. They say you're outweighed and the verbs are so massive. What I say is outdated. The words are Jurassic. You call it old school. I'm just nurturing classics. And all the doubt you cast in is further in passion. Turn the volume up and bang it out the truck now. Turn the volume up and bang it out the truck louder. Turn the volume up and bang it out the truck louder. Turn the volume up and bang it out the truck louder. Turn the volume up and bang it out the truck louder. Turn the volume up and bang it out the truck louder. Turn the volume up and bang it out the truck louder. Turn the volume up and bang it out the truck louder. They say I'm more
some bullshit about the moon and the stars, that I leave Earth in my verse and I'm moving to Mars. Nigga, I'm far from stupid, but I ain't that smart. So maybe I helped you realize how dumb that you are. Hit bars and skill cell, then I'm moving to Mars. Hip hop used to be the church where you come as you are. Now it's supposed to idol worship and believe in you, God. I guess I'm hurting bitches' brains if I'm coming too hard. But in fighting, I throw punches, I ain't coming to spar. Whether AKs or SKs, let us get wasted till gunplay. Repetitive, pathetic, and basic. All this gift to gab, niggas still ain't say shit. Tools you grab couldn't fix a glitch in the matrix. Throw me the broken sign, put me up on that spaceship. I'd rather be weird than on a tier with this lame shit. You can't compare me to what these quiz and these lames spit.
Turn the volume up and bang it out the truck now.
Louder.
Turn the volume up and bang it out the truck now.
Louder.
Turn the volume up and bang it out the truck now. Turn the volume up and bang it out the truck now. Turn the volume up and bang it out the truck now. Turn the volume up and bang it out the truck now. Turn the volume up and bang it out the truck now. Turn the volume up and bang it out the truck now.
Be weird than on a tier with this lame shit. You can't compare me to what these quiz and these lames spit.
Turn the volume up and bang it out the truck now.
Louder.
Turn the volume up and bang it out the truck now.
Louder.